see if this works now. Okay, it works. Alright. What is up, my people? Today, I've not done a collection stream in a while, but I'm gonna do it anyway. So yeah, welcome to another collection stream. This time, as you know the title of the stream, it'll be on my... Right? Boom. If you're asking me, what is this all, is this like almost my entire collection? It's not necessarily my entire DVD collection. I mean, not my physical media collection, but it's almost like, it's like more than half. And yes, it's all gonna be a PG-13 movie collection. If anyone asks me if I still have done a G/PG collection, I'm probably gonna wait till that, because I don't have enough. I don't collect animated movies that much as I used to, so... Well, I mean, if it's interesting, though, but yet again, though. And what's up, John? But, in the near future, if I have enough, luckily, I might do an R-rated collection. Though I don't really intend to get a lot, so don't expect the R-rated collection stream that I might do in the future to be a lot, but yeah. Because either way though, my PG-13 collection is a lot, and most of these I got, which, I'm going to explain this right now. Most of these, I already got them years ago. Some of them I got on a random basis. Some of them I got on Amazon. And, yeah, and the rest is just fucking Goodwill related. But yeah. So I have two VHS tapes, which are my first two I have in my collection, my physical media collection. A lot of DVDs and a lot of Blu-rays, but 2 4Ks that I have. But yeah. Give me a second, I gotta set up. What's up? Not related to this, but... to be fair, I don't even know what to do with this tape. Oh shit. Sorry, I didn't mean to put the lighting on. Actually, I'm gonna see if it's good lighting. I don't know. I'm gonna set this aside now. But yeah, without further ado, let's fucking get started, shall we? Oh hell yeah, let's get started. Starting shit off with the first ever VHS movie I own in my entire life and in my collection, physical media collection. Oh boy, I'm already dropping shit. Alright. And this is the only Touchstone movie I have in my collection, Armageddon. Movie I need to check out at some point. Doesn't look that bad to me, so yeah. Print date was on October 29th, 1998. I'm gonna put it like this because it's easy. And it's more value. But yeah, this movie is on my watch list. Still to check it out at some point. Oh my god, where am I gonna put this at? Actually, I'm just gonna set it right here. That way it would make sense to hold them off. Actually, oh my god, hold on. Alright, actually, to this side. Because my VCR's in the way. But yeah. Moving on to the second tape, and fun fact. Oh my god. Fun fact, this next VHS tape, second to last I'm gonna show, will be included on my upcoming update video. I'm more right-handed, not left-handed, but yeah. Finally, I have this in my collection, and to be honest, this movie is on my watch list, so I'm probably gonna check this out for the first time, maybe sometime next month. And yes, this will be on my update video. Well, as soon as I get more physical media, because I'm trying to order some. But yeah, trying to get more. It's because I've been busy a lot. But yeah. Birthday was on January 25th, 2005. So this is a late release VHS tape I have with me that was released and came out in 2005. Oh boy, this is gonna... Actually, hold on. And what's up, Sawyer, to the chat? Alright, there we go. Now, this should be easy. I'm not sure. Let me try some. Kind of feels awkward if I'm sitting down like this, but whatever. Anyways, it's time to get to my long-ass DVDs, so yeah. I just gotta move back a little bit. It might not work, because everything keeps falling. But yeah. God damn it. Also to Alien vs. Predator, that one is also my first 20th Century Fox movie I have on VHS, the only one I have for now, so yeah. Here's The Aviator. First Martin Scorsese movie I checked out before, and the first one I've seen from him. Only other Martin Scorsese movie I've seen from him is The Wolf of Wall Street on 4K, which that movie is peak, and I do have it in 4K. But yeah, to this movie, such an underrated one. Such a excellent movie right here. Definitely his most underrated movie. Here's another peak one. Avatar. Oh, shit. This is the only THX certified movie I have in my collection, I believe. But yeah, this movie is peak, and it's one of my favorite James Cameron movies of all time. Love this one a lot to death. Literally, probably my favorite movie of 2009, to be honest. And besides, I was kind of rooting for this to win Best Picture, but it didn't win Best Picture, but that's fine. Alright. Anyways. Here's Catch Me If You Can. Another peak movie that needs no introduction. One of my favorite Spielberg movies of all time. And my second favorite movie of 2002. I have Minority Report on DVD, which you'll see that in a little bit. And I have Gladiator on DVD. And I do have to get AI, Artificial Intelligence, Saving Private Ryan, Amistad, American Beauty, and Road to Perdition in my collection. Speaking of this movie right here is actually getting a 4K Steelbook release for its 25th anniversary, dropping down in October, which I might consider getting it to this movie, to be honest. I think it's a well-deserved movie to get on 4K. Because I thought that DreamWorks Pictures movie was not getting a 4K release at all, but it's now getting a 4K release for the first time, but yeah. Also, I do want to upgrade this movie to a 4K as well. Jesus Christ, what am I doing? For real, Tom Hanks is goated, and yes, American Beauty is also my watch list. I still have not seen that movie. Do want to check it out and get in my collection sometime soon. But yeah. Here's Casino Royale. The first ever James Bond movie I have in my collection. Peak fucking movie right here. Love this one to death a lot. Definitely my second favorite movie of 2006. Oh, and my number one favorite James Bond movie of all time. Love this one a lot to death. Really peak. Highly recommend it to anyone who hasn't seen this movie yet. You'll actually love it. So I'm pretty lucky to have a full screen copy as well. So yeah. Here's the Da Vinci Code. The only Ron Howard movie I have in my collection. I've not seen this movie, but I seriously need to check this one out. It's been on my watch list for almost a year. Same with Angels and Demons and Inferno. But yeah, do hope to give this a watch sometime soon, since it has Tom Hanks and Eve Mendes in this movie. And what else do I have to say? Oh yeah, this is actually the first movie I actually bought for Best Buy, believe it or not. This is actually one of the first movies I have in my collection that was from Best Buy. If you don't know what I'm talking about, here it is. So yeah, this is a Best Buy copy. Before they stop selling physical media, that is. Though I think I might have a few to show, which I will actually have a few to show. In this stream, specifically. But yeah. Here's the first 2024 movie I have. Dune Part 2. Still need to get the first Dune in my collection. And to be fair though, I've not seen too much of Dune or Dune Part 2, but I do want to check this out at some point and get the first Dune in my collection soon. But as you already know, Dune Part 3 is coming out this year in December, probably on the same day as Avengers Doomsday, which, by the way, I'm excited for that movie. I'm so hyped for that movie. I'm curious on how that's gonna conclude. So yeah, but considering the fact that I have not seen Dune, I need to give the first two Dune movies a first time watch before checking out the third and final new one. So we'll be dropping up in theaters, and yes, I'll be trying to check that out in theaters first, but it's more likely that I'm gonna see Avengers Doomsday first, though. But yeah, we'll see. Here's Days of Thunder. This is a 2020 reprint, though it still has the original DVD from 1999. Do want to upgrade this movie to a 4K sometime soon, and this movie right here in my hand is a great movie, no doubt. Ow. Okay. Anyways, yeah. Here's Eagle Eye. What I've been wanting to check, movie that is totally a great movie that I personally enjoyed, and it's an underrated DreamWorks Pictures movie. Despite it not being that good, I still liked it. Great movie in my opinion. Do have to get more of these movies soon. But yeah. gets even better. F1 the movie, aka movie KP fans glazing ass movie right here that he won't shut up. Which, unironically though, this movie is peak, and it's definitely one of my favorite movies of last year. Directed from the same person who did Top Gun Maverick, which I'm actually so glad I saw this movie in theaters last year. Really had the best experience watching this one on the big screen, but yeah. Found out this on DVD in my collection. I do hope to get the 4K copy of this sometime soon to upgrade. Yeah, and I actually got this from Fred Meyer as well. So yeah. For real, Sawyer. For real. A movie that one movie he won't shut up about. Also, he won't shut up about Kim Possible. Not even to mention. So there. Yeah. Oh my god, hold on. Alright, I'm back. Sorry, I gotta quickly go do something real quick, but I'm back now. So, yeah. Okay. Oh, shit. Anyways, let's continue on. Let's not waste any more time. Okay, I don't know why I'm doing it like that, but whatever. Here's Glass. I still do not have Split or Unbreakable, though I do want to get both of them in my collection soon. I know a lot of people hate this movie or just consider this movie to be mid, but for me, I kind of personally enjoyed it. I don't think I've seen worse movies, specifically from Universal, but yeah. Thought this one was a great movie, in my opinion. Which, if you hate this movie, opinion handled. But unfortunately, when I open this, look, the case paper right here is loose. So, I'm gonna have to get a new copy of this, or I'm just gonna have to upgrade to a 4K copy because of this shit. But yeah. Here's a really good one. G.I. Joe, The Rise of Cobra. Also have G.I. Joe Retaliation on Blu-ray, which you'll see that later on. Got this from Goodwill as well. Still need to watch the G.I. Joe trilogy at this point, because I know we're getting a G.I. Joe reboot movie, which, in fact, that movie is going to start filming in 2027, I believe. So, like, next year, the new G.I. Joe movie the reboot will start filming. And that this movie is getting a crossover movie with Transformers, from what I've seen, which I'm excited for this. I'm really hyped for that, because considering the fact that I love the Transformers movies. Well, not all of them, but just a few, but yeah. And I do not have Snake Eyes, G.I. Joe Origins. I still need to get them in my collection, so, but yeah. Oh my god, what the fuck? Who here? Two? What do you mean two? But if you're trying to say hi, then, well, hello to Movie Chad. Anyways. Here's Hulk. I still have not seen this movie, though I'm not really in a rush to check this one out, but yeah. And yes, I do have the Incredible Hulk on DVD, but I need to get a new copy, though, because it's in bad quality. You know what I'm talking about. But yeah. I've not seen this movie, but I might check it out, though, at some point. I'm not your twin. What kind of fuck ass? What kind of a person replies me with that, though? To be fair, I'm gonna move up a little closer. Okay, that's good enough. The fuck you mean to? I saw in your chat. I literally saw in your live chat. You did not say hello in the chat. That's why I brought that up, because you typed it in. Like, oh my god, I could. If you want, I could screenshot if you know what I'm talking about, twin. Anyways, moving on. Here's I Am Legend. This movie I'm curious on. I do want to check this movie out. It's like the movies. I know that this movie is getting a sequel soon, which is in the works, which honestly I might be curious on that sequel, to be honest. But yeah. I still need to check the first one out before the sequel comes out. But yeah. Next up is the Jack Reacher duology. 2-movie collection. First Jack Reacher peak. Not peak. First Jack Reacher, an excellent, fantastic movie. Never Go Back, mid. Mid as fuck movie. Well, not mid as fuck, but just mid. I have another mid movie I'm going to show. But I do want to upgrade the first Jack Reacher to a 4K and upgrade Never Go Back on Blu-ray, to be honest. I want to upgrade my first Jack Reacher to 4K, to be honest. I think it's better owning that in that format anyway. But yeah. Here's a movie I literally forgot to put in. Well, the last time I did something like this. King Kong. This movie's on my watch list for almost a year now, and I still have not seen it, so yeah. I gotta check this one out. Though it is actually 3 hours. But yeah. Next one will be an unrated edition, an unrated cut. Live Free or Die Hard, the widescreen edition, unrated cut, which this also has the theatrical cut. Which, to be fair though, I've actually seen the theatrical cut. I still have not seen the unrated cut, which I think I have to rewatch this at some point. It's almost been a year since I watched this movie for the first time, and I actually like this sequel a lot. This is a peak sequel, in my opinion. But it does need a rewatch, though. To be fair, it needs a rewatch. Don't have any of these, but I do hope to get Sunshine and Death Sentence in my collection. Speaking of Sunshine, this movie actually just turned 19 years old recently, along with the Simpsons movie, which, happy 19th anniversary to these two movies. I swear to God, if you guys even think about... But yeah. Movies peak, but at this point, this needs a rewatch. Also, the first Die Hard needs a rewatch as well. I still have not have the first Die Hard. And this is the only Die Hard movie I have in my collection. Not to mention that I still have not seen Die Hard 2, Die Harder, Die Hard with a Vengeance, or A Good Day to Die Hard, which those Die Hard movies, I need to get them in my collection, especially the first one. But yeah. Though I need to get more 20th Century Fox movies in my collection at one point. Oh boy, here comes the best part. Next few I'm gonna show are for the four I'm gonna show are the four Mission Impossible movies. Well, first three, and then, you know. But here's the first Mission Impossible. Found this on my Goodwill, and I had to pick it up. Though I was going for the original copy, but I just got the special edition. Yeah, peak start to the Mission Impossible franchise. Love this one a lot. Here's the second one, Mission Impossible 2. When I first watched this movie, I thought this movie was a mid as fuck movie, but it's actually. But when I rewatched this one for its 26th anniversary, I actually liked it though. That the rewatch got better, but yeah, weakest Mission Impossible movie, but thought this one was good in my opinion. Yeah, pretty good one. Oh boy, moving on to. I'd say this was first off, it was the weakest, but now that I think about it, it's the shittiest. This is the worst one. Mission Impossible 3. Former copy from Hollywood Rental Video. From Hollywood Video. Though it's mine now since I find a specific copy at Goodwill. But yeah, this movie is obviously shit. Literally the worst Mission Impossible movie out there, but I'm still gonna keep this movie for collection purposes anyway. Though this movie is still shit. But yeah. And here is the last one, which is the seventh. Which is actually the seventh. Okay, yeah. It is the seventh Mission Impossible movie. Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning. Peak movie, but needs a rewatch though, since I first saw this one in theaters, I believe. This movie needs a rewatch, to be honest. And I do have two other Mission Impossible movies to show, so yeah. And I still need to get the Final Reckoning in my collection, and Fallout. Let me check the chat real quick. Why is it not letting me? Hold on. It's not letting me check my chat. Oh, there it is. There it is. Alright. Oh my god. I'm in so much pain right now. Oh my god. Oh god, not the corny ass Alex. Same bitch who wanted to be an asshole. Okay, anyways. Moving on, here's Man of Steel. Great start to the DCEU, to the DC Extended Universe. Literally an excellent one. Oh yeah, the movie works fine, but then this part of my DVD slip off, so I'm gonna have to get a new copy. Oh my god, I have to get a new copy now. I might have to get the 4K copy of this now because of this shit. Ow. Sorry, I didn't even know what I was doing. Oh my god, alright. Ah, come on, get in. Alright. Next one is Minority Report. Movie that was made by DreamWorks Pictures, but was co-produced with 20th Century Fox internationally and Emblem Entertainment. I don't have... Actually, no, I do have another one. But it's definitely not on this platform. Yeah, peak movie in my opinion. Definitely one of my favorite Spielberg and Cruise movies out there. Highly recommend it to anyone who has not seen this movie out. It is peak, in my opinion. Love this one a lot to death. Definitely my number one favorite movie of 2002. Here's Pacific Rim, the first one. I don't supposedly have Pacific Rim Uprising yet, but I still need to get it in my collection. And I've not seen too much of this movie, so this does need a first-time watch for me. It's been on watch this for over a year now. Also, it's directed for the same person who did the Netflix movie Pinocchio, Frankenstein, and The Shape of Water. Next two I'm on the show are Spider-Man related movies. Here's Spider-Man 3, part of the Sam Raimi / Tobey Maguire Spider-Man trilogy. Also another copy I have from Best Buy. Actually, in fact, this one I got from Walmart, this one, and this one I got from Best Buy. Just like with the DaVinci Code, I also got it from Best Buy as well. Yeah, and I still need to get the video game. But, believe it or not, this is actually the only... This and The Amazing Spider-Man 2 are the only Spider-Man movies I've not seen too much of. So, this needs a first-time watch, and The Amazing Spider-Man 2 also needs a first-time watch. Though, the first two Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies are peak, but need long-term rewatches after years, I believe. Well, mainly the first one. Second one, I remember it being peak and actually fucking love that one to death. And the first Amazing Spider-Man also needs a rewatch. Because, I remember seeing that in theaters. In fact, The Amazing Spider-Man is actually the first Spider-Man movie I saw in theaters, in fact. Believe it or not. Yeah, still need to get the Tobey Maguire, the other two Spider-Man movies in my collection, including The Amazing Spider-Man and the Spider-Verse duology. And speaking of which, here's one of the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies in the Spider-Man Tom Holland trilogy. Funny enough, I actually watched this movie, Spider-Man Homecoming and No Way Home last night, and what can I say? Spider-Man Homecoming is peak start to the Tom Holland trilogy, to the MCU, I believe. Oh, fuck it. Alright, and, This one, in my opinion, Far From Home is the weakest one, but it's still peak. But No Way Home, bro. Oh my god. No Way Home. Absolutely fucking peak cinema right there. Love No Way Home a lot to death. Really the best Spider-Man out there. But yeah, I've seen Homecoming and Far From Home back in 2019 back in 2017 and 2019 in theaters. Though I don't think that beats Endgame, but I'm pretty sure Spider-Man No Way Home actually beats Endgame. Holy shit. But then again, though, Endgame is still my second favorite MCU movie, while Iron Man's my third. Wish I was not able to include Iron Man because I need a new copy of it, but yeah. Not sure I have a lot to explain. Here's Seabiscuit. A peak movie in my opinion. This is fucking peak. No doubt about it. Made by Universal, but also co-produced by DreamWorks Pictures. Yeah. Another movie I have by Universal and co-produced by DreamWorks Pictures. But yeah. Seabiscuit over here in my hand. Peak. Love this one a lot to death. Seabiscuit is definitely peak. That everyone needs to check out. Please see this movie. It is so peak. Oh wait, hold on. What the? Okay, what the fuck happened? Oh, W, sorry, yeah. Hi, Alex. He's a liar. And which, to be fair though, he is actually lying. He did not watch any of the movies mentioned. He's just only saying that just to get a reaction. Sorry, but that's the truth. He is watching a movie. He's technically lying because he did not watch a movie. He's just saying that just to get a reaction. Which, sorry though, bro. You do need to get cut off, bro. Cut off though. Moving on. Here's the Taken duology. Well, part of the Taken trilogy. But yeah, this contains both the unrated and theatrical cuts of Taken 1 and 2. First Taken is a fantastic one. Taken 2, weakest but still a solid movie in my opinion. I don't have Taken 3 yet, but I'll get it at some point. Just for collection purposes, even though Taken 3 is a piece of shit movie. Next two I'm on the show are the first three Transformers movies. Here's the first one. Peak movie in my opinion. Peak, definitely one of my all-time favorites. And one of my favorite movies of 2007. Love this one a lot to death. And also a peak casting as well. I do want to get this on 4K, not gonna lie. But yeah. Yeah. Movie that was made by DreamWorks Pictures, but co-produced by Paramount Pictures internationally. Same will be said for this next one, which is Revenge of the Fallen. weakest, but still a guilty pleasure movie. It's not bad, but I really couldn't get into it. Can definitely see why people did not like this sequel. To me, I thought it was just a guilty pleasure. But yeah, this movie was also made by DreamWorks Pictures and co-produced by Paramount Pictures internationally. But yeah. And here's the last one I have on DVD. Dark of the Moon. Here's the third one. Dark of the Moon is peak. One of my favorite movies of 2011. No questions asked. Just show these that I do want to upgrade this either to a 4K or this Blu-ray 3D copy I'm showing. But yeah. Best Transformers movie yet. Probably my favorite Transformers movie. Hold on. Oh, hang on. Alright, I'm back. 3 more DVDs to show. Here's the next one. War of the Worlds. The better one, the 2005 original. Directed by Steven Spielberg. Movie that was made by DreamWorks and co-produced by Paramount Pictures. Another one I have in my collection. I actually ordered this on Amazon for Prime Day, which it came the day after. But yeah, such an underrated Spielberg movie. Such an incredible movie right here. don't even get me started on the 2025 remake with Ice Cube. That movie is a piece of shit. Don't even bother. One of the worst movie of 2025. Anyways. Alright. Okay, anyways. Next two I'm gonna show the first two Triple X movies. Here's the first one. This and the sequels are on my watch list. Why did I even get this copy? I don't know why I got this. I could have gone the VHS or the Blu-ray copy of this one, but I didn't. Oh, shit. Okay. Still need to get Spider-Man, Desperado, Bad Boys, and Men in Black 2 in my collection. In fact, Desperado's on my watch list. Here is a sequel follow-up and the last DVD movie I'm showing for this one. State of the Union. A former rental copy from Hollywood Video. I heard this one's supposed to be a piece of shit movie, but nonetheless, though, I'm still curious on this one. I know for the first Triple X movie, there is an unrated director's cut, which I might get at some point, but yeah. Still need to get Return of Alexander Cage in my collection. That's the only one I'm missing left to complete my Triple X trilogy collection set. That is it for the VHSs and the DVDs, so now we're gonna move on to the Blu-rays. Which, hang on. Okay. I had to go do something, so yeah. Oh my god, this hurts. I'm gonna move on to the Blu-rays, as I said. Here is Black Panther. Movie that is peak but needs a long-time rewatch. For real peak shit, and definitely one of my favorite MCU movies of all time. Oh my fucking... Come on! Surprisingly, I'm the only one who has this movie. I don't think any of my friends have, but... I did not see this one in theaters, to be fair, though. But I've seen it on FX, and that's what I remember. I have Coco on Blu-ray. And I have Civil War, which I'll show that in a little bit as well. Peak MCU movie right here. Speaking of which, I don't have I don't have Wakanda Forever. Not only to mention that I need to rewatch. I saw that one in theaters, but not to mention that Black Panther 3 was officially announced at Comic Con, which I'm excited for this. And we finally got the new person who's going to play Black Panther for Black Panther 3 in 2028, which that movie's going to come out in 2028, which I'm pretty optimistic about that movie, to be honest, not going to lie. But yeah. Kids say nonetheless, I'm excited for what the future has to offer for MCU. Hopefully, peak shit comes by. Anyways, here's Creed. Still need to get the sequels in my collection, so only have the first Creed movie. But yeah, watch this though, since this movie does take place in the Rocky universe. And welcome back, John. Well, to be fair, John, I already did my DVD, so now we're on the Blu-rays. Not to mention that Creed was also made by Creed was made by MGM, but was co-produced by Warner Brothers and New Line Cinema. But yeah, here's Castaway. This is another 20th Century Fox movie I mentioned. Which, speaking of which, made by 20th Century Fox, but also co-produced by DreamWorks Pictures and co-produced by DreamWorks Pictures internationally. But Paramount Pictures internationally owns the international rights now to Castaway, I believe, while 20th Century Studios in here, or Disney here in the US, owns it. Which this movie might possibly, I could see this movie getting a future 4K release, but we'll see if the transfer's any good. But yeah, Castaway's peak. My all-time favorites of Castaway. Here's Civil War. The only Captain America movie I have with me in my collection, and I have like one more other MCU movie I'm about to show, which won't be till later. But yeah, this needs a long time rewatch after years since I did remember watching this movie in theaters. Well, I still need to get Captain America, Brave New World, The First Avenger, and The Winter Soldier in my collection. And I still need to rewatch this. So yeah, and The First Avenger need to rewatch as well. Here's G.I. Joe Retaliation. Still need to get Snake Eyes in my collection. But yeah, and I just showed The Rise of Cobra DVD, but yeah. Which, to be fair. Yeah. This movie does not come with a digital code, but whatever. Next. Oh my. Why keep on doing this? Oh my god. Anyways. Anyways, next few I'm going to show are peak and the ones I've watched. Here's Independence Day, the first one. Still need to get the sequel, Independence Day Resurgence in my collection. Because I haven't seen too much of that. But when it comes to this first Independence Day, it's peak. Independence Day is literally peak and my #1 favorite movie of 1996. Definitely peak. But yeah. I actually rewatched that movie on the 4th of July. So yeah, and What's Up, Benjamin? Here's Interstellar. Oh my god, hold on. Alright, okay. I'm back. This kept falling off. And he's doing it again. But yeah. Here's Interstellar. I don't know why it keeps falling off, but yeah. But yeah. Made by Paramount Pictures in the USA, but co-produced by Warner Brothers internationally and Legendary Entertainment and Copy. But yeah, Interstellar though, peak at definitely one of my favorite Christopher Nolan movies of all time. Definitely in my top 3 or my top 4. And I actually picked this Blu-ray copy up from Barnes and Nobles, from what I remember. And yeah, well, I was originally gonna go for the DVD, but I just had to go for the Blu-ray instead. But yeah, it is still a peak. All right. Moving on to the next one. Jack Ryan Shadow Recruit. Great movie in my opinion, too. Jack Ryan Shadow Recruit. Great movie in my opinion. This is the only Jack Ryan movie I have in my collection, and the only Jack Ryan movie I've seen. Next few I'm gonna show are the other Mission Impossible movies I have on Blu-ray. Alright. Here's Ghost Protocol, 2015 reprint that still has the original Blu-ray and DVD copy from 2012. Yeah, fantastic movie right here. Just showed these 3, which I have Mission Impossible 1, 2, and 3 on DVD. And I just showed Dead Reckoning, so yeah, on DVD. But yeah, fantastic movie in my opinion. And here's the last of the Mission Impossible movies I'm showing. The last ones I have, which is Woke Nation. Great movie in my opinion, to Rogue Nation. I forgot this game even existed. I have Minority Report on DVD, War of the Worlds on DVD, Top Gun on DVD, which is the 2006 reprint. And I'm showing these right now. But yeah, I have all of these on DVD, so yeah. Glad to have them. Finally completed that paper set, and I just gotta complete the other ones I have yet to show from Paramount. But yeah, nonetheless, though, great movie in my honest opinion. Here's another movie that a lot of people have never heard of. Noah. Which, yet again, though, I've actually watched this movie, and it's directed from the same person who did The Wrestler and Black Swan. In my opinion, I think this movie is a solid one. Actually, to be fair though, I actually thought that Noah was actually a good movie, despite a lot of people not liking it, but yeah. This also is the first and only Paramount movie to be co-produced with Regency Enterprises. Here's Quantum of Solace. The only other second James Bond movie I have in my collection. As you can tell, this one was released by 20th Century Fox Home Entertainment, while this one is still made by MGM and co-produced with Columbia Pictures. And this movie is a great movie, in my honest opinion. Weakest in the James Bond trilogy, but I still think this one is good. But, yeah. And all you James Bond movies I need to get now is Skyfall, Spectre, and No Time to Die in my collection. So, yeah. Here's Spider-Man Homecoming. Got this one from Black Friday. Peak start to the Tom Holland trilogy. No, I still need to get No Way Home in my collection. Speaking of the Tom Holland trilogy of Spider-Man, I am seeing Brand New Day tonight in theaters on an early screening. I don't have the time yet, but I will be checking out, and I will be seeing Spider-Man Brand New Day in theaters since it's dropping out, since I have the early screening to it. Well, I don't know if we're actually going to go there, but yeah. But yeah. Which I'm excited to watch. I cannot wait to see how good Brand New Day is going to turn out to be. Considering that I watched all the Tom Holland Spider-Man trilogy, which I'm ready for, which... Speaking of which, maybe after this stream, I might even try to watch the drama as a bonus round, which has Zendaya and Robert Pattinson, is it? Which is made by A24. Which I'm going to check that out before checking out Brand New Day tonight, but yeah. Here's Star Trek Beyond. Out of all these, I only have Transformers Age of Extinction on Blu-ray, which you'll see that in a little bit. Still need to get the first two Star Trek movies in my collection, and I still need to get Terminator Genesis and World War Z. Those are on my watch list. This and the first two Star Trek movies in the Star Trek trilogy is also on my watch list for over a year, and yet I still have not seen them. But again, I still need to see them and watch them for myself, so yeah. Hold on. I'm back again. I'm back. Sorry about to keep bleeding again. I'm in so much pain right now. So yeah. Actually, no, I'm not doing this. Fuck this. I'm staying up. Okay. I hope it makes it better. Well, it's gonna make make my back pain even worse. But whatever. Next one I'm gonna show is the Twister Duology. Here it is. First Twister peak. Second Twister's great movie. Both of these are made with Universal and co-produced with Warner Brothers and Emblem Entertainment, to be fair. And yes, the first Twister is a reprint. Don't have any of these yet, but I do have to get Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, The Fate of the Furious, Pacific Rim Uprising, The Mummy, and Atomic Blood in my collection. Warcraft I'm not going to bother getting. But yep. And yes, this is exactly how much I had to pay for this set. Time for a third round. Now we're finally gonna get. I have 2 more Blu-rays to show them, and we're gonna move on to the last 2 4Ks I have. But yeah, here's Transformers: Age of Extinction. Mid as fuck movie, in my opinion. This is a movie so mid as fuck movie, in my opinion. Just showed these first 3 Transformers movies on DVD. And I have 1 more to show, which you'll see that in a little bit. Here's the last Blu-rays of his set, Tron Ares. To be fair, this is a movie I've been wanting to check out, and I finally watched it and have it. And I've been wanting to check this one out in theaters a lot, but I haven't been able to. But I missed out my chance of seeing this one in theaters, considering the fact that I've watched considering the fact that I've seen and watched all the other Tron movies. And yes, this is a physical media that is distributed by Sony Pictures Home Entertainment label. If I can see it. If I can see it. Yeah, this one is distributed by Sony Pictures Home Entertainment now. And probably the only copy I have. Yeah. And this is how much I had to pay. Because I went to Friend Myra and I found this and I picked this up. The only Tron movie I have with me. Though I need to get more. I need to get the others soon. Probably will. Also, this movie is actually the first movie to release on physical media this year. Since this came out in January. And this came out on Disney Plus in January of this year. Do have to get the first Tron original classic in my collection along with Tron Legacy. So the first Tron is a classic. Tron Legacy, decent movie but need to rewatch. And Tron Ares, obviously it's a great movie. an excellent movie. Alrighty then. Now we're gonna finally move on to the last two movies on physical media to show for this collection stream for my PG-13, including my PG-13 collection, which I have two to show. So yeah, here's the only standard 4K I'm gonna show for this one. Titanic. Oh yes, a Best Picture winner, which this is also co-produced with 20th Century Fox, which 20th Century Studios now owns the international rights to this. Well, Paramount made this in the US. A movie that needs a long time rewatch after years. Though I remember it being peak. And I want to try getting the VHS box set of Titanic. Just because of it. And because I like the movie. But I will eventually. Also, I remember getting this 4K. I remember getting this on my birthday. So yeah. It's the one I got. It's the one I got on my birthday. So yeah. If you guys remember. Now here is the only 4K Steelbook and the last 4K I'm going to show, and the last piece of physical media, which that be no other than Transformers The Last Knight. Peak cover and peak art, but a shit movie. This movie is a piece of shit. I don't even know why I have it in the first place. I intended to get the Blu-ray edition of this, but no, my dumbass got the 4K Steelbook of it, and I wasn't even aware that it was gonna have all this shit. At least they have a good art though, but still, that does not save them from shit. But yeah. Oh, careful. And yes, this is the only 4K Steelbook on the first 4K I have. And I actually got this during my vacation last year while I was on vacation. Though I ordered the Rogue Nation copy on Amazon, to be fair. I only have Star Trek Beyond on Blu-ray from the set, which I just showed. But I do have to get Return of Alexander Cage, Ghost in the Shell, and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows in my collection soon. But yeah. Overall, this Last Night is a piece of shit movie as always. But I'm still gonna keep it for collection purposes. And to be fair, the only Transformers movies I need to get now in my collection that I'm missing is Bumblebee, Transformers Rise of the Beast, and Transformers 1, which Bumblebee Peak, Rise of the Beast needs a rewatch, and Transformers 1, I don't think I've seen too much of it, but I still need to check out. Transformers 1. I've not seen it, but yeah, do hope to get them in my collection soon. But yeah, so I'm missing. And we are officially done now. But yeah, that will conclude and will finally be it for my PG-13 movie collection. I have no idea what will my next movie collection will be. Well, it'll probably be from a studio, but yeah. Anyways, guys, I'm ending the stream off, so I'll see you all later. Bye.